Hi everyone, it's Tatyana from Tatyana's Everyday Food and welcome back to my kitchen. So if you're a fan of the infamous pumpkin spice latte, you are gonna love today's cake. I'm gonna show you how to make the pumpkin spice and coffee cake, and we're gonna finish everything off with a cream cheese frosting. I love this cake because it really captures the essence and all the flavors of fall, and I love that the cake layers are super moist and that creamy, oozy cream cheese frosting is perfection on this cake. It really finishes everything off. So let's get started and I'll show you how to make the cake. I'm gonna start by whisking all my wet ingredients first. So into a large bowl, I'm gonna add half a cup of melted butter. Pour that right in. To that, I'm gonna add 3 large eggs. And I have a cup and a half of pumpkin puree. So it's unsweetened, plain old pumpkin puree. I'm gonna add that in. And I'm gonna add a teaspoon and a half of vanilla extract. I'm going to whisk all my ingredients together until I have a smooth mixture. And next I'm going to add in a cup and a half of white granulated sugar and whisk that in as well. Moving on to our dry ingredients, into my flour I'm going to add 3 teaspoons of baking powder and a teaspoon of baking soda. Sprinkle that in. Next I'm going to add a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. I have a tablespoon of ground cinnamon. I have a 1/4 teaspoon of allspice and a teaspoon of ground nutmeg. Just take a spoon and toss all those together. I'm going to be adding in my dry ingredients alternating with my milk. So I have a cup and a half of milk. To that I'm going to add 3 tablespoons of instant coffee granules. Just pour them in and then take a spoon and mix these up until the coffee is completely dissolved. And now I could start adding the rest of my ingredients. I'm going to sprinkle in a little bit of flour, give it a whisk after each addition, and then I'm going to add some of my milk and coffee mixture. And just keep adding the flour alternating with the milk until you have all your ingredients combined. Today I'm going to be using 2 8-inch cake pans, and I've aligned the bottom with some parchment paper and sprayed the sides down with some non-stick spray. I also have my oven preheated to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. So now I'm going to divide my cake batter evenly between my 2 pans. And we're going to pop these into the oven and bake them until that center is completely set. So you can always check it by inserting a toothpick into the center, and when it comes out clean, you could take your cakes out of the oven and then just place them onto a wire cooling rack to cool them completely. While my cake layers are cooling, I'm going to get started on my frosting. So in a small bowl here, I've softened 8 ounces of cream cheese at room temperature, and to that I'm going to add a 1/4 cup of heavy cream. I'm going to beat the 2 together until that cream cheese is really light and fluffy. I'm going to set aside my cream cheese mixture for now, and into a clean mixing bowl I'm going to add 1 cup of heavy cream along with 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and I'm going to add a cup and a half of confectioner's sugar. And I'm going to mix all this together until soft peaks form. And once your whipped cream has reached soft peak stage, you want to go ahead and add in your whipped cream cheese. Just add it in, and while you're mixing this, make sure to scrape down the sides of the bowl often so you get all that cheese and cream incorporated. And I'm just going to give this a good mix until it's well combined. And then if you're not frosting the cake right away, you want to go ahead and set the frosting into the refrigerator so that it doesn't melt. And now I have everything ready to put my cake together. So I've split the 2 layers into 4 layers. So just take a long serrated knife and just slice them in half and make sure they're cooled completely before you start frosting. So onto each slice, I'm going to add a generous amount of my cream and cream cheese frosting. Just ladle that on top, take a flat spatula and just spread that evenly to the edges. All right, and now we're going to add our second layer, and I'm going to do the exact same thing for all 4 layers. And I'm going to finish things off with my last cake layer. And today I wanted to leave the sides bare, so I'm actually not going to put any frosting on the sides, but if you want to, you can go ahead and do that. There's definitely enough frosting in this recipe so that you can. I wanted to finish off my cake with just some simple toppings. So today I have some toffee bits, some chopped hazelnuts, and then I also have these little caramel bites. And I'm also gonna add a little bit of caramel drizzle to the top. And I'm just gonna sprinkle a mixture of the three over the top. It doesn't have to be perfect, and that's what I like about this. You know, this pumpkin cake is so simple to make, and I wanted to make the decoration also very simple. Add some of these hazelnuts. And that's it for a fantastic and easy pumpkin spice cake. So once you're all done with it, just let it set for a couple hours in the refrigerator so that frosting can set up a little bit and come together with the cake layers. Now the frosting is gonna be a little bit more liquidy than a regular buttercream, but that's just what we want because it's gonna taste fantastic with this cake. And now it's time to give it a try. And I did add a little bit more caramel sauce in mine because I love that flavor. Guys, this is to die for good. It tastes so fantastic. I love all the flavors here. It's spicy, you get lots of that pumpkin flavor and just a hint of coffee coming through. Fantastic. And that creamy cream cheese frosting is just phenomenal on this cake. Everything tastes so good. So if you like pumpkin spice lattes, you are gonna be in love with this cake. It tastes so good. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this video recipe. Give this cake a try in the fall when you want some of that spiciness, that pumpkin flavor that everybody loves in the fall. And thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to share with all your family and friends online, and I'll see you guys next time.